What is going on, everybody? Wildcat fans near and far, welcome Andrews Gymnasium. Guess what time it is? It's District 1 tournament time, ready or not, and it actually feels a little tournament-y in here. Is that a word? We have a few fans, ladies and gentlemen, and we are ready to tip it off here. Badgers, Wildcats, the 2 seed against the 3 seed, and this is a rubber match, but I don't think it's going to be the last time these two see each other. I'll explain that a little bit later as the three-pointer by Bear is up and no good, and the Wildcats will take their turn. You heard the starting lineups by Mr. Chris Johnson, the starters and non-starters. The only thing I saw in there that maybe I think I heard wrong was Avery Bear is a freshman. And I know that full well because I'm going to have to see a lot of her on the golf course. That's going to be a formidable duo, Avery and Braylon on the links for the Badgers. Couldn't convince them to stay in Kellogg, but they're going to be the ones to watch. Tonight, we will see a few freshmen here as Abubakari is out there for the Badgers again. We've got Macy Jerome on the floor for the Cats, as well as Emily. Oh, we don't have Emily Coe yet. She will make an appearance shortly. There's a nice dribble penetration. Just lost the handle. That's freshman, just as I mentioned her name. Macy Jerome takes it hard to the paint. Just kind of lost the handle a little bit, or that would have been probably a bucket for the Cats. We'll get the underneath. Haley's going to take a 3, and that looked good and just did everything but go in. Badgers look to push. As Blackmore takes a quick look and then sets up. That's going to be Ansley for 3, or was that a 2? It was a 2. That was Ansley with the first bucket of the game, and that'll put the Badgers up 2. If you remember the last contest, Badgers took an early lead as well in that game, and that game had some pretty big implications on the seeding for the district tournament. The Wildcats later pulled away in that contest, and we kind of learned, because the rules have changed, we kind of learned that the point differential was actually a factor in a tiebreaker. So when the Wildcats were up 14, all of a sudden that didn't look, it felt like it wasn't 14. They needed to win by 11. They did do that, hence they are here as the 2 seed in the friendly confines of Andrews Gymnasium. We've got our cameraman, Ty Cheney, up in the K-Wall booth. And we've got Mr. Bucko running the show here, down here in the new broadcast booth. I didn't see that shot go up. I was looking back to see how Buck was doing, but I heard the sound of the ball snapping the net. So that first one is good for Grace Nearing. Second one, no good, rattles out. So we're 2-1 now. So far, just what we would expect here in a district tournament game between your 2 and 3 seed. Bear with a little shot fake hesitation there and then kicks it. And then takes the shot there. That was, I like that look. Boy, the freshman, she's not afraid to pull the trigger. Pinkerton is in the game for the Badgers already. Wildcats getting a little careless with the ball. There's a jump ball, they're gonna get it back, but not what you wanna see if you're Coach Jana Nearing, who's no stranger to Intermountain League district and state competition, as she played with many of these players' mothers and aunts. Haley Cheney in the paint. Wildcats 3-2. Haley was a huge factor in the last game. Once they got her going, there just really was no stopping her. Asha has something to say about that. She comes back and answers. That freshman makes it 4-3. Wildcats, Badgers. Andrews Gym, everybody. Wildcats live. There's Van Hoos, takes it to the basket. A little bit of an unconventional move. Todd Bitterman's gonna say, keep it here. Looks like we've got Chase Bennett, Bill Bope, and Todd Bitterman here tonight. It's a nice slate of referees. Macy saw that one. She's going to take that. Didn't hesitate. Timing was just a little bit off of that Jerome three. The pass kind of looked like it was one of those passes when you're open. It looks like it took a little longer than she anticipated to get there. You know, the downside there is going and getting that pass. You're not at the three-point line anymore. So kind of a catch-22. See what I did there? For Macy. Turnover by the Badgers. So Wildcats are going to get another shot here. Let's see if they get, you know, they're going to try to go to Cheney. They don't force it. They've got other people that can score. Emma Van Hoos has been known to score, but they are indeed going to get the ball inside. Haley, tough shot. It looked good. Maybe a little bit of contact down there, but I like that they're letting them play. That's Pinkerton. That's a 2. It could have been a 3. She just foot was on the line. Just like that, it's 6-3. We'll take a look at replay. We've got production going full tilt here. Got another jump ball. That's going to go back to the Badgers. So early on here, we're about midway through that first quarter when both teams are just kind of getting used to the pace of play, kind of figuring out what each team is going to do. And so far, it's been the Badgers taking advantage of a little bit better shooting so far than the Wildcats, but both teams have had opportunities. You can hear the Kellogg Wildcat cheerleaders down here below the booth. So great to have them here. They do a great job leading our student body. Emma got away with a push there. Then there's a Bubakari. Oh, they're going to call it charge on that, I think. That's Chase Bennett, and he thought that they were set. We may need to look at that again, too, and see if she was. Buck's going to take a look at it. In fact, she was straight up. She was moving a little, but she did not move into the player. The player, in this case, Abubakari moved into her. That's 2 fouls there for Asha. So they're going to have to sit her for a little bit so she doesn't pick up that third. That's a big loss for the interior of the Badgers. And right away, it's exploited by the freshman as she dumps it down to Emma Van Hoos. So it's 6-5, and just like that, without Abubakari in the paint, the Wildcats capitalize, and we've got a timeout. We're going to take one as well, take a quick breather. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Wildcats Live. A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats. And coming out of that timeout, you got to see in the picture-in-picture there while that ad was running, I believe on NBC. Oh, Haley Cheney, dipsy-do underneath there. Nice take, and just like that, both teams have come out of the timeout and scored. I was just getting ready to say the NBC play-through on the golf coverage. We have that here at Wildcats Live. While there's a timeout, if it's going a little long, you can just watch the action in the picture-in-picture. We got it all here at Wildcats Live. We got some smart kids here running the show, keeping me in line. Nice steal there by Grace Nearing. She's going to dribble through a host, or a pack, I guess I should say, of Badgers. Pinkerton is going to make the steal as Grace tried to kind of force it to Haley. So we're running a little roughshod here into the end part of the first quarter. There's some hustle. We're getting on the floor. That's Emma Van Hoos. She knocked it out of bounds, I believe, so it's going to be Bonner's Ferry ball. 2 minutes, 26 seconds. 8-7 Badgers. It's been a pretty consistently high-paced first quarter. Not that you'd expect anything different. That's a three-pointer there. Is that 13? That was Blackmore. Oh, Benny. No, that's Blackmore. Blackmore, it's Bear that went out. Gotcha. Pinkerton is in. Anna Bliss is in. So I missed a couple subs, but that's okay nonetheless. Macy's going to take a little shot fake, dump it down to Haley. Now, if you're Coach Jen, I think this is the game plan. You get the ball into Haley. If she has position, you got to get the ball in there and continue to pound on the interior defense of the Badgers, because they already have 2 on their post player, Abubakari, and anyone left in the game now is not going to have the size, and they still have to stop Haley. The only thing that didn't do was go down, but they went right back after it. So that's definitely the strategy if you are the Wildcats. Badgers definitely looking to take a dribble drive approach, and that's going to prove to be effective on this one down as Ansley takes a pretty hard foul, but she's going to get to shoot 2 from the free throw line. So kind of two different strategies or aspects of attacking offensively here. When Bonners has Abubakari in the game, they do have the ability to go to that post, and they will do a lot of rub screens for her and get her open on backside flashes, but they'll see Haley doing some more traditional get post position and get a good angled pass, hopefully. And she rips down the rebound there after Ansley missed the second. And that's going to be 2 fouls on, I believe it's Pinkerton. Is that correct? 25. Emma Pinkerton. Ansley missing both of those free throws. And Grace Nearing, there's somebody we could see getting offensively off the tracks, untracked, is Grace. She's capable of going off. There's a backdoor cut. Nice little feed by Jerome. Nice rebound by Haley. That's Wildcat basketball right there. Dribble, eyes up, the freshman to the senior, and the cleanup by the junior. Nice job by the Wildcats there. Sharing the ball almost always works to your advantage. There's Ansley, nice little baby hook. I don't know how many of those she makes out of 10, but she makes that one, and that's all that counts. It's now 10-9, another lead change. We are in a back and forth here, just as we might have expected. Emily Coe, freshman to freshman there into the game. There's another little drive and dump to Haley Cheney. I'll tell you what, Macy Jerome has come to play tonight, and she's proven you don't have to score every basket. You can create for your teammates, and she has done that a handful of times already. That's a good sign if you're a Wildcat fan. There's a deep 3. That's Hill. I think Hill made a couple of those threes in the last game. I want to say the first, but it was actually their second meeting. There's a nice feed. They're just going to feed Haley, let her go off. That is a 13-10 lead, and Grace Nearing, unfortunately, at the buzzer, going to get called there for coming across like a free safety, making a game-saving tackle on that. She didn't quite tackle her, but she did give her a little body check. It is at the buzzer, so you're going to get Avery Bear. Except, was that a shooting foul? Maybe she was. Like, they thought they were going to say she was heaving up they're going to give her 3 shots. That's a huge mistake there by Kellogg. And a fortunate one to get a call that you were shooting for the Badgers. We'll see if Bear can capitalize and tie this game up at the end of 1. Unfortunate turn of events here if you're a Wildcat. It was good hustle by Grace, but just bad timing, and that combination of Avery throwing up that half-court desperation shot has earned her 3 free throws, which she does miss the second. So the Wildcats will go to the break with at least a 1-point lead. We'll see if it's 1 or 2 here from Bear. And she does hit that one. Nice recovery there. That's a golf analogy for the golfer. Missed a putt and then came right back and made the next one. So it's a 13-12 ball game. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Located at 6600 North Government Way, ACI Northwest is the premier heating, cooling, and electrical company in the area. With more than 85 years of experience, they provide their customers with total home comfort and complete peace of mind. They do this through their commitment to professionalism and a written, unconditional, 1-year, money-back satisfaction guarantee on all residential installations. Call ACI Northwest today for excellent heating, air conditioning, and electrical services. The crew at ACI want to remind people that this time of year, furnace maintenance is important to ensure the longevity of your equipment and to avoid the nuisance of expensive breakdowns on the coldest days of the year. Ask how to save 20% on your maintenance and or repairs. Go Wildcats!
We are back, as promised, second quarter, District 1 tournament. I don't know if this is game one. There's 2 games happening right now. There's the Timberlake Tigers, the number 1 ranked. Well, they're probably the number 1 ranked team. They've been going back and forth all year. They are either 1 or 2 ranked in the state, and they are the 1 seed. This Intermountain League, District 1, has been Timberlake's world, and we're all just living in it. But that doesn't mean these teams aren't going to play, and anything can happen on any night. Tonight, these 2 teams are battling while Priest River is trying to put up a fight and do something with Timberlake. Timberlake just so tough inside and out. They have pretty much beat every Intermountain League team by double digits and then some. Little quick possession down there. Coach Henthorn going with Abubakari here early in the second quarter, despite having 2 fouls. So getting her out right away. Oh, she has 3. That foul was on Abubakari. So I was going to say that may backfire. It does backfire while I was talking about it. Wildcats, that's a huge development there for the Wildcats. They need to continue to just diversify, but keep going back to Haley when you can. She's getting quadruple team there. So eventually you can ride that. You can go back to that well a couple more times, but if they're going to triple team, you're going to have to start cutting to the basket on the backside and getting some other people involved. Haley's good, but it's going to be tough for her to score with 3 people draped all over her. So somebody or 2 people are going to be open. Nice little take there by Ansley again. Ansley has such good She has such good basketball IQ. She can score, but she knows when and how to attack. I would maybe even go as far as to say she doesn't attack quite enough, but she plays very good defense too, and it's a tiring game. So she's got a great shot. She's got a great basketball IQ. I just think that she is capable of doing quite a bit of damage as well. Haley's going to take a break, and it's a good point in the game for her to take a break. Wildcats really need to try some different approaches here to score some points. Two fouls for the Wildcats and seven now for the Badgers. So they would be in a bonus situation even if this weren't a shooting foul. So I have been joined by Josh McDonald. I've done some commentating with Josh McDonald. Coach Eli Borgard has been up here on the call as well as Emma takes her free throws here. Again, Emma found that a lot of her first free throws are a little flat, and then she makes the adjustment. I have also been joined most recently by a good friend of mine and a good old Kellogg boy, Ken Lagerquist, who will be joining us again. But tonight, what we thought we might try here, we're going to wait till about the 4-minute mark. But we're going to give one of our students and producer and cameraman and graphics guy, Buck Coe, is going to get a chance to do some co-commentating. See what I did there? As he gets ready, his sister is working the boards down on the defensive end, tips it to her teammate Grace Nearing. Wildcats in search of some offense. Jerome was able to do it with some dribble drives and some nice dunk passes. Since then, though, Wildcats have been pretty quiet other than getting to the free throw line and getting some shots from Haley with 3 Badgers playing defense. That's going to be offensive. Darian Hill, a little frustration as number 23, Sierra Hill, got good defensive position on her twice. And your Darian there, you know, one thing I haven't seen the Wildcats do, when you've got a team that's playing pretty intense pressure defense, sometimes once you pass it, if you cut through a little give and go, little V cut and get on the inside of your defender and you've got a lane to the basket. Wildcats not taking advantage of that as of yet. They've done the dribble and kick, or dribble and pass, but they have not done give and go. That's going to be a block on Emma Van Hoos. No bonus yet for the Badgers. 14-14. There's Ansley with a little, that was a nifty little move across the key by Ansley. Just not able to bring that pass in. I don't know if she maybe got a little contact, wanted to foul, but it was a great look by the Bonners Ferry offense and a great pass. So right here, Darian passes it. Well, there's Macy. She's just going to take the basket. And there's Emily Coe working hard down in the paint, as she always does. She's going to have enough for a first down on that one. Didn't quite get across the goal line. She's going to get a chance to shoot a couple free throws. That was a hard foul by number 12, Bliss. Again, about the 4-minute mark, we will... 4-minute mark, we'll get let Buck Coe warm up his vocal cords and think about all this wisdom he's going to share with us. He's been doing just basically any job that we need and have created here at Wildcats Live. Both free throws missed there by Emily, so Buck might have something to say about that, about the big sister missing 2 free throws. But then she goes down and gets a near steal, and yes, it is a steal. Grace gets on the floor. Grace gives it to Kay. Kay's unable to get it, but it was knocked out of bounds by, I think that was Blackmore. I couldn't quite tell. So some good hustle there off the 2 missed free throws. Emily causes a turnover. Need some points though here, Wildcats. Welcome Badger fans again. I will always give a big old thanks to the Boundary County Live crew who have been doing this for a long time as well and sharing that with these communities. Just happy to collaborate with them. Happy to be able to watch games, football, volleyball, all sorts of things. So shout out to the folks at Boundary County Live. I believe it's boundarycountylive.org. Double check me on that. I'll fix it if I need to. But they do a great job, and if and when we have contests up there, they're always there, and they've always been willing to do other games as well. I remember one time they stayed and did a Kellogg Priest River or a Kellogg Timberlake game because we were unable to be there. So just appreciate them a lot. Oh, and that's a collision by Ansley and Pinkerton. Both of them still down. Coe takes it to the basket. Now we're going to get a stoppage of play. That doesn't look good. Pinkerton, they either knocked heads, or it doesn't look like we had anything twisted. It just looks like we maybe got hit in the head a little bit. Give her a few minutes to talk to Coach Henthorn. While we're there, let's go ahead and let's stay here, because while Coach Henthorn is out there tending to his player, he's assisted by Kelly Henthorn. And as Pinkerton does get up on her own, that's good. You can hear the crowd giving her an ovation. And that was just a hard collision there between 2 players going after the ball really hard. And Coach Henthorn's going to use it as an opportunity to give referee Bill Bope a little pointer here. But I don't think we went to timeout, or did we? I don't think we did. I think we just had an injury. Either that, or Coach Henthorn's gonna. That's what we're gonna claim, because we wouldn't want to get charged for a timeout when we've already had it. Anyway, manager Marty Peterson, principal Gina Brown, athletic director Nathan Williams, and superintendent Jan Bayer. Heard that Bayer name before. That got away with the travel there. I think that was Blackmore. Badgers living on the edge and did indeed eventually turn it over. Coach Janet Nearing's assisted by Cody Crock, and their manager is Olivia Derbyshire. Kay Reed in the paint, tries to go up. She's got somebody hanging on both of her arms. Avery Bear appears to be the culprit on the foul. She didn't like the call. Of course, Kellogg's principal, Kurt Randall Bear, and athletic director, Mike LaFontaine. So just kind of letting you know all the folks that are putting in all the effort to make all these things happen. It is great to see some crowds here sitting in groups and following the rules, but it does change the atmosphere. It definitely is much needed. So we have number 24, Sumter, now coming into the game. Ansley's going to get a break. Wildcats will be in double bonus, and we're going to go ahead and have Buck throw on his headset. And he's going to unmute himself as Grace gets a breakaway. She goes up way too hard. Rebounded by Jerome, couldn't see her, and she goes up, and she's going to get an opportunity for a three-point play. So Buck, you picked a really good time to come in here. What are your thoughts so far on this game? We'll stay here on the timeout. You can give us a little bit of the game according to Buck.
So I think the Wildcats can really have this in the bag, totally.
In the bag.
If
Second quarter in the bag call already? Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep going.
I think if they can definitely do that, if they can just limit their turnovers
yeah.
just a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that when they don't turn it over, that even though they don't score every time, they force Bonners Ferry to play defense, right, for a little bit longer, and that could maybe tire them out a little bit, which can help you score a little bit as well.
They really distract the Badgers by going onto their side and taking the ball. It forces the Badgers to take defense to get it back, and it takes an enormous time of that clock off.
Buck, what do you think this game compared to the last time they played just a few nights ago? What do you think? Are there any similarities, or has it been pretty much what you kind of expected?
The Eagles actually went quite the same amount of competition between these two teams.
Yeah, didn't Bonners Ferry take a lead early in the last one as well, and then we kind of pulled away, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, we got Macy here on the free throw line, Buck. We'll see if she can stretch the lead to 5. Because she made the basket, so she only gets one free throw. So we call that the three-point play the old-fashioned way, Buck.
Yeah.
So
Macy has been extra accurate on the free throw line this season, too.
Yeah, she has. She's a good shooter. There's a shot, no good. That is Sumter off the bench here early for the Badgers, as well as number 44 for the Wildcats, Haley Potts, seeing some action. Haley and Kay holding down the paint while Haley Cheney is getting a break. And if you can stretch your lead to 5 points with Haley on the bench, you're doing a good job, right?
So, I know I talked about the Wildcats lead, but Bonners Ferry could honestly take that back. They've been forcing a lot of distance between the Wildcats defense out there near the three-point line.
Yeah. They're getting some good looks, aren't they?
Yeah. If they could just get a few more of those shots in, they can just make this game just as close as Cats want to make it.
That's a good call. They've had three-point opportunities. If they made a couple, it'd be a different ball game, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And another miss there, so here comes Grace, and she's going to try to get it to Kay. Not quite good enough angle there, and Kay didn't quite have good enough position, but I like that she was trying to get it to her. So that's another turnover, Buck. You said they got to limit those.
Yeah.
That's going to be Ansley. Ansley's been dangerous so far tonight. She knows how to get to the basket, and when she does, she usually either draws a foul or makes the basket, and sometimes both, but she's going to get 2 shots here. And what's going to happen on the next Wildcat foul, Buck? How many fouls do the Wildcats have?
They will have 7, bringing the Badgers in the bonus.
So the Badgers will be in the bonus. You heard it there. So we've got Ansley here. She made her first. Little unlucky on the second. It looked every bit as good as the first one did, but just didn't get everything but go down. So we got Macy. Nice dribble and pass to Kay. Kay goes up and wants the foul, but I tell you what, I thought that looked pretty clean.
It did. So bringing up the topic about my sister earlier, I don't think it's the fact that she's not just, I don't think it's the fact that she isn't just making those. Because I know that I practice with her a lot at home, and she just drains those. I think she's just not letting herself like loosen up and just shoot those.
So she maybe, what I always tell my kids when I'm coaching them is I say take a deep breath. Because when you're out on the court playing, you're breathing really heavy, you got a little bit of adrenaline. I always told them take a deep breath and relax your shoulders. You think that might help her?
Yeah.
Because you say she makes a lot at home.
I think she has a spirit in her with people around her and pushing around. Because she's often under that basket for those rebounds. I think she has adrenaline still in her when she's shooting those free throws.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's her time to calm down.
She's got to figure out how to channel that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Well, there's another turnover. My assessment on that, Buck, is Grace and Macy have continued to try to get the ball into Potts and Kay Reed, where I think with Potts and Kay Reed, I think they're good to be in there and they have a chance to get some rebounds. I'd like to see Macy and Grace take more shots.
Yeah. Those two are both big girls, so they can
They can rebound, can't they? Yeah, they're tall. They can get rebounds.
Miss it, just go jump up and pick it back up.
And guess what? Right after you were saying that, Kay Reed got up and got a big rebound. Now I'd just like to see somebody take it to the basket. That's going to be a foul. Hey, Buck, why don't you trade me? Because you can see out of that window probably better than you can from here. You can take my seat. Is that better?
Yeah.
So we got, guess who's at the line? You think she's going to take a deep breath here? You don't want to yell it to her, do you? Probably not. You think she'll get mad at you? There's the one. There's the shot you know she had. Wildcats and Badgers. Simon Miller here with my co-pilot here, Buck co-pilot and free throw coach. He knows how many his sister. She usually makes a lot of them. He says maybe she's just got so much energy. She's going to get another shot here to make the second one. Yeah. Do you know? Did you see who it was by any chance, or? I didn't.
I could not see.
Nonetheless, she's going to get another one, right?
Yes.
Emily, Buck and I think if you take a deep breath and relax your shoulders, you'll make more free throws like you do at home. There's another lane violation.
That
It will not matter. All right, so what do we got? Give us the score, Buck. What's going on here?
It is currently 21-15.
So Wildcats a little bit bigger lead, huh?
Yes.
There's Ansley. She's dangerous. Oh, boy, she liked that one, and it looked good, and it was good. She splashed that one in. The ball barely touched the net on that one. 21-17 now. Allie Van Hoos into the game. That's a three from Jerome. No good. Guess what? Emily's, yeah?
Been loosening up on the Cats' lead, but the Cats have just been pushing it. Keep on going.
Yeah, they have. The Cats have done better the last 3 or 4 possessions getting points instead of turnovers. And so when Bonners Ferry has scored, the Cats have maintained that lead. It's 4, and it could go back up to 6 here if Emily keeps listening to our advice. And she does. So, Bob, you and I are taking credit when Emily makes all these free throws in a row now. You and I are taking credit because we talked about this, and she must have, like in Star Wars, the Force, she must have felt that we were telling her to relax and take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And ever since then, she's made 4.
She turns both of those ones.
There we go. The lead is back up to 6. Good job, Emily Coe.
Because if I know my sister, she's a really aggressive girl. Like, she's often covering really hard on her person.
Yep.
So she has a lot of blood flow through there.
Oh, yeah.
Working really hard.
That's a nice take there by number 24. It's Sumter. She's off the bench. That's a good job by her being aggressive. They're going to say it was before the shot. So the Wildcats have 8 fouls, so that means she's going to be shooting the 1-and-1, right?
Yeah. But if she does make this, she'll get another shot.
Yeah, I was going to say, explain the 1-and-1 to people that are watching. Somebody might be watching and not know what a 1-and-1 is. So she gets another one if she makes the first one, right? Okay.
That brings Cats lead down to 5.
Down to 5. How much time left?
55 seconds.
5-point lead, 55.5 seconds. Those are all 5s, except it's now a 4-point lead. So much for that. I think Coach Jana is just getting as much of this, getting Haley a rest as she can. Seeing if somebody else can step up and score, and I know Macy can score. Sam Karsty's in the game. She goes to the basket, and she gets it in. That is going to count. Sam Karst with a huge bucket here in the remaining 40 seconds of the second quarter off the bench, and she's going to have a chance to make a 3-point play. How about that? Doesn't quite get it. Hustles after it. 25-19. Wildcats getting help off the bench. That's going to be a foul on Emily. She got her with the body. Hands were straight up, Buck, but you still can't run into her down below. You can't use your hips there.
Yeah.
Would have been a good move in hockey, but not in basketball.
Bring the Badgers back to the line.
Yeah. Both teams kind of taking advantage of driving to the basket. That one was a little bit off there by Blackmore. Wildcats now with 9 fouls, so for what it's worth, double bonus for both teams. We'd only have 30 seconds left though, right?
Yeah.
Here comes Emma, Sam on the wing. She's got Allie on the other wing. Sam slash cut through. Emma keeps it, tries to get it into Macy, no good.
Badgers are going to be extra aggressive to get those extra points.
How about,
and they'll do it.
Yeah, how about Emma Sumter, or Kaylee Sumter, with the steal and the basket, coast to coast.
Now the Cats got to hurry up with 8 seconds left to get in. It will be timeout called by the Wildcats.
Timeout by Coach Janet. I betcha. Let's see what they call, which timeout it's going to be. It's going to be a 30, so let's just stay here, Buck. We'll stay here and talk some shop. 6.5 seconds.
Cats only have the lead by 3, so...
Only 3, and they have the ball. Did they have the ball? They called a timeout. So we call this, you'll hear this said a lot by coaches, we'll hear one shot. So you want to use as much of the clock as you can to get a shot and possibly a rebound and a make, but you don't want to give Bonners Ferry a chance to shoot another basket.
No, because they can run the court down and shoot for 3 or
Yep.
get a lay-in and make this game extra close.
So we're calling, we want one shot here. This looks like a box set, Buck, out of the inbounds. You can see Emily trying to go across and set a screen.
With 1 second left, they will not throw it up.
They're not going to throw the last minute heave up, but Emily did get a shot at the basket. It didn't go. So at the end of 2 quarters, we are at halftime. It's 25-22. Nice job on the call there by Mr. Buck Coe. We're going to take a break, though, because it's halftime. We hope you'll join us in the second half. Thanks for watching.
Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats! From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live. A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats! Located at 6600 North Government Way, ACI Northwest is the premier heating, cooling, and electrical company in the area. With more than 85 years of experience, they provide their customers with total home comfort and complete peace of mind. They do this through their commitment to professionalism and a written, unconditional, 1-year, money-back satisfaction guarantee on all residential installations. Call ACI Northwest today for excellent heating, air conditioning, and electrical services. The crew at ACI want to remind people that this time of year, furnace maintenance is important to ensure the longevity of your equipment and to avoid the nuisance of expensive breakdowns on the coldest days of the year. Ask how to save 20% on your maintenance and or repairs. Go Wildcats! Purple and gold through and through. Shoshone Glass has been serving the home and auto glass and glazing needs of the Silver Valley and North Idaho for more than 50 years. With 3 generations of family expertise and community loyalty, they have a well-earned reputation for hard work and excellence. No matter what your needs, you can rest easy knowing that your project will be handled quickly and professionally. From energy-efficient windows and sliding glass doors to bath enclosures and mirrors and a comprehensive auto glass service as well. Let the experts at Shoshone Glass take care of your home, auto, and business needs by calling 208-783-1159 or going to shoshoneglass.com. Go Wildcats!
And we are back. Second half just getting ready to go. Wildcats will get the alternating possession, up 25-22. Thanks for staying with us. Hopefully you got to see a few of our awesome sponsors, businesses, individuals. As Macy Jerome takes it to the rack, too hard. Abubakari rebound, instantly having her impact felt now. She's got 3 though, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Would love to have seen that shot go down for Jerome. Instead, it's going to be Abubakari instantly making her impact felt here in the second half, 25-24. Badgers got a little spring in their step. We got some scores here. We'll kind of go over these as we get an opportunity. There's a deep 3 from Grace Nearing. Man, that looked good. She followed it. She's going to get a possession out of it. It'll go to the Badgers, but that'll give the next possession to the Wildcats. So good hustle there by Grace. That was a good-looking shot. Hopefully, Coach Nearing said, listen, you're going to have to score some points here tonight. We need that, your offense. Haley back in the game. So we will see how that goes. There's a little pick and roll. Ansley and Abubakari. She just wasn't able to get it to go, and that's going to be a foul on Blackmore. It's only her first of the half for the Badgers. Badgers unofficial stats, I have the Badgers 8 for 16 from the free throw line, which I think is better than the last game they played, sitting right at 50%. Wildcats 6 for 13, so just under. So not knocking it out of the park free throw wise either team. Wildcats are just going to get it down to Haley. They've got a mismatch because they have, instead of Abubakari, they've got Blackmore trying to guard Haley down in the paint. That's a mismatch. So, you know, if you're the Wildcats, my key right here is they float one to Haley, and she tries to shoot it without coming back down. Fortunate for the Wildcats to keep possession there. So there's a lid on the south basket here for the Wildcats. It wasn't there when Ainsley was finding the bottom of the net. But so far for the Wildcats is Hill, instead of driving, dumps it back out to Van Hoos. That's Van Hoos's bread and butter down there. That little baby baseline jump shot. She can hit that. 27-24. Ansley with the drive, picked up her dribble. Wildcats with the turnover. And they get the push, and it's Van Hoos again. Nice job. What a hustle play there by Ansley. I just love that. She came down here, got caught in the air, probably a little frustrated. Just busted her tail to get back and was able to make a defensive stop. Nice job there, Miss Ansley. That was some good hustle there. Wildcats running a little post dive with the release valve there. Jerome's going to get it, flip it over to Nearing. She's shooting again. Haley's got position. Back out to Van Hoos. Cross court, back into Haley. Dumps it. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, Coach Nearing. That's what we needed when Haley or somebody in the paint draws the extra defender. Guess what? Somebody's open. That time it was Van Hoos that found the crease, and she's going to get 2 shots. First one, no good. Leading just having the scoring tally here from the first half, I had Macy Jerome with 3, Sam Karst off the bench with 2, Emma Van Hoos 3, Emily Coe 6, Grace Nearing with 1, and Haley Cheney with 12. And for the Badgers, freshman Avery Bear with 2, Maya Blackmore 1, Abubakari with 2. She got in some foul trouble. Ansley with 9, Hill with 2, Sumter off the bench with a solid 4, and Pinkerton with 2 before she got had that collision there and just got her bell rung a little bit. Avery Bear takes the jump shot, no good. Haley grabs the board, she gives it to Grace. Graceland Nearing running the point here, gets it over to Jerome. Wildcats doing a pretty good job moving the ball here. Get it down to Darian. And that's going to draw a foul on Bear. Nice ball movement by the Wildcats. We do our share on, as commentators, we do our share of what I would call picking nits, AKA nitpicking. just want to compliment the Lady Wildcats out of the halftime break, really doing some good things, really moving the ball. Hasn't really showed on the scoring end as much. Just the ball hasn't dropped, but they have gotten some good looks. There's another missed free throw, so it's going to be 27-24 still. Got to make your free ones, guys, or at least make 1 out of 2. Can't miss both. It's almost as bad as a turnover, and Ansley will make you pay. So there it is. Instead of a 5-point lead, it's down to a 1-point lead. Man, if Bonners Ferry, I just heard the Priest River Timberlake score, got them on my mind. Bonners Ferry has the fouls to give across the bench. I just keep fouling until Kellogg shows you they can make a free throw. Haven't been able to do it too well so far in the third quarter, second half. Badgers push. They could take the first lead here they've had in quite some time. Wildcats have kind of maintained a 3 to 5-ish, 3 to 6 point lead throughout that second quarter. That is in doubt here as they have been unable to make many free throws, that is. Ansley, they're fortunate she missed that one. Abubakari with the rebound. Wildcats need to wake up here. Bonners Ferry has come out and are outworking Wildcats on the boards and across the on the other side as well, on the defensive end. Not a bad looking shot by Abubakari, just didn't go in. Rotation looked good, follow through looked good. So both teams kind of struggling from the free throw line. As Abubakari misses both, gets her own rebound. And Pinkerton with the rebound. Wildcats really living dangerously here. Could be down a point. Then gave up the multiple rebounds. And almost a turnover. Graceland Nearing saves the turnover there. And then almost turns it over. Boy, oh boy. So just as I talked about the ball movement of the Wildcats, I think they've turned it over 2 or 3 times. Lazy passes. And now they're going to get a cheap foul there on Van Hoos. This is not the way you want the momentum to shift in this game if you're the Wildcats. So that's 4 fouls apiece for each team. Van Hoos with 2. Badgers will reset. And then the Badgers will return the favor with the turnovers. So maybe some second half of an important district game jitters here coming out of the half, kind of realizing what's at stake. That's going to be an offensive foul on Darien with the moving screen. Either that or Emily. I think it was Darien. Let's take a look. Oh, they're going to call it on Emily. She took a shoulder to the nose. You're going to have to yank her out. She's not going to come out unless you make her. So Kay is going to come into the game for Emily. I think Emily just kind of got hit in the nose there, probably eyes watering. Another turnover by the Wildcats. So we've traded turnovers here the last few times down the floor, both teams with some missed free throws to mix it in. It's not been pretty. That is Ansley not wasting any time. Nice dribble drive on the baseline. And that time it's going to be Darien with the foul. Ansley's going to go to the line for 2 with another chance to either tie and or take the lead for the Badgers. And if you're the Badgers and you are taking the lead here at this point in the game, you've been without Abubakari basically the entire first half. Wildcats chose to sit Cheney, kind of strategic time to let her get a little bit of a break. Wildcats forced it into Reed and Potts. Weren't able to really capitalize offensively there at all as Ansley makes the second. And then the Wildcats have been out of sync ever since. So tie ball game here. Of course, now seeing the way the Timberlake Priest River game is going, it's a probability that these two teams are going to see each other not to count Priest-River out because anything can happen there as well for the loser of tonight's game. But right now it's locked at 27s. So if you're a fan, I guess it's exciting. But if you're a Wildcat fan, seeing some opportunities go by the wayside here. Jerome there with a good-looking three. No good. Ansley knows what to do with it. She's going to take it the distance, and she does. No problem. Nice job by Ansley. First lead in a long time for the Badgers, and their bench is fired up. Jerome takes another three. It's no good. Rebound by Van Hoos. Saves it to herself somehow. I'm not sure what happened there, but she turns it back over. And this time it is Pinkerton with the crossover. She gets called for a travel. Holy smokes. Wildcats fortunate again there. Just turnovers. Lazy passes. Kudos, though, to the defense of the Badgers. That pressure defense is something else. There's Macy with another shot. She's not hitting tonight. Nice rebound by Maddie Cheney into the game for the Wildcats. Almost turns it over. Coach Nearing's seen enough of that. She's probably, if she had an Apple Watch on right now, I was probably asking her if she's having heart issues. Boy, that's a full timeout. We're going to take a break of our own. That's just too much excitement for me. We'll be right back.
From plywood to paint, tools to trim, they have it all, or they can order it in just a few days' time. Kellogg Lumber Company is a veteran-owned business that has been supplying the Silver Valley with quality building materials to contractors, builders, and homeowners for 4 generations. Personal service and knowledgeable staff make Kellogg Lumber the right choice for your next project. With 50 years buying experience, let Steve and the knowledgeable crew at Kellogg Lumber use their many well-established vendors to source the materials you need for the right price and delivered on time. Kellogg Lumber, more than just lumber for 4 generations. Hometown proud sponsors of Kellogg Wildcat Athletics and Wildcats Live.
And we are back. Wildcats with another near turnover. But they don't. They give it to Van Hoos. She shoots a three. It's no good. Nearing gets the rebound. And then Kay Reed. That's what we need you to do down there, Kay. Get some rebounds. Put it back up. Tie the ball game up. Here we go. 29-29. That was a 7-2 run by the Badgers. Almost a steal there by Macy. Nice little move there by Avery Bear, getting the ball down to Abubakari. Nice ball fake and bounce pass. Wildcats could learn something from that. Nice little ball fake and a bounce pass. A great idea. Nearing to Jerome. Screen and roll from Cheney. Jerome with the take. And we're going to get a block there. Jerome did well to use her left there, and that's going to be somebody that's Avery. She got hit pretty hard there on the left side. Coach Henthorn has more words for Todd Bitterman. So Avery Bear is up and walking off on her own power, just kind of hit the floor kind of hard. I think she's got to come out of the game. They stopped the game for her, so she's got to come out. She's a tough one, though. You can guarantee she's going to take a quick gulp of water and she'll be back in. These 2 freshmen are just going after it. Boy, that's 4th on Avery. She plays hard, as does Macy. Macy neither has been relenting at all. And Macy got the winning end of that one. Finally makes a free throw for the Wildcats. And we are at 30-29. Almost makes 2 in a row. That one looked decent. Didn't go. Rebound Pinkerton with the push. Sierra Hill unable to keep control of the ball. Unable to pull that one down. Wildcats with the possession. That familiar right side. Down to Kay in the paint. She goes back up with it. She does get it to go. Nice little move there by Kay Reed. Little reverse pivot, and then that's going to be 3 right there. No good. Kay Reed and Haley Cheney, or that's Maddie Cheney, sorry Maddie. Maddie and Kay doing some work down in the paint, giving Haley a break, and they almost got the ball from Maddie on that one. She was able to gather it. Little full court pressure here, or at least 3/4 court pressure here by the Badgers. Just testing the mettle here of the Wildcats. Nice backdoor cut, and it seemed like she knew where she was going to be. Grace Nearing to Emma Van Hoos, and it doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Left side, Ansley. Pick and roll. Abubakari with the low post. Ansley too hard. Just like that, Wildcats on a little 5-0 run of their own. Finally getting to the left side of the court. There's Van Hoos with the little left-hand floater. No good. Nearing made him work for it. That's Bliss bringing it down coast to coast. And she's going to get called for the charge. I think that's a good call. She did seem to have position. She may have moved into the progress a little bit, but I couldn't. That's just a bang call right there. Good hustle. Boy, Kay Reed giving some great minutes here in the third quarter for the Wildcats. Spark them to a 5-0 run. Wildcats should hold for one here unless they're going to give Coach Nearing a few more blood pressure points. Grace Nearing with a little pick and roll. There it's going to be blood pressure because here comes Ansley. It's the one thing you didn't want to do is turn it over to Ansley. That's frustrating. Wildcats with the chance to stretch it from 5. Instead, give it right back. Ansley makes them pay. She'll do that. 3-point lead going into the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter, we are back. Tried to take a few deep breaths ourselves. 34-31, both teams took their shots at one another in that third quarter. Haley with a miss, just a uncharacteristic miss there. Wildcats not particularly hot from the paint. Of course, Kay Reed had a nice little run while she was in the game. Wildcats with a costly turnover at the end of the third quarter. After getting back from a 7-2 run of the Badgers, the Wildcats going a little 5-0 run of their own, only to give the ball back right to Ansley at the end of the third quarter. Little pick and roll there with Graceland and Maddie. Graceland's going to take it to the basket. No good. Ansley with the rebound. Badgers with the push. It's Pinkerton from the baseline. She drills it. 34-33. Don't go anywhere. Buckle up. Get ready. Whatever you need to do. Badgers aren't going anywhere. Wildcats taking it right back at them. That's the freshman, Macy Jerome, ice in her veins. Right back up to a 3-point lead. Here comes Ansley, the senior. Off to Pinkerton, to Blackmore. Steal, near steal. Van Hoos. Abubakari with the take. I think Maddie changed her shot there. It was a good take, though, by Asha. Good defense by the freshman. We got more freshmen on the floor. We got Haley.
She's going to dump it down to her sister. She's going to take a 2 because her foot was on the line. Emma tried to get that rebound. Ansley fought her for it. Darian Hill and Emily Coe back into the game. Great minutes from Maddie Cheney. Had that, I thought that was a 3. Had that jumper gone down, that would have been pretty spectacular. Nonetheless, great minutes. Dangerous pass again by the Wildcats. I've said that a lot tonight. Lazy passes, turnovers. That will be the key factor if this ends up going the way of the Badgers. And that's a huge 3 by Sierra Hill. Another turnover turns into points for the Badgers. Wildcats need to right the ship here. 5:42. Almost another turnover. Haley Cheney's going to take a 3. It's no good. Ansley gathers. Badgers, advantage Badgers. And there's a take by number 13, Blackmore. This is getting into dangerous territory. It might be timeout time. Nice take there by Grace. Couldn't get it to fall. Haley gets the rebound, couldn't get it to fall. There's something on the basket down there for the Wildcats. But the ball is just not going into the basket. Badgers taking advantage. Nice little give and go there by Ansley. She comes down and falls into Haley. How does that ball stay Bonners Ferry if there was there a foul? If there was no foul there, the ball went into Ansley and then it went out of bounds. Haley was on the ground. I didn't see her touch it. I guess it's a time for me to go watch a replay. So we've got the Bonners Ferry Badgers. They've only had a couple of leads tonight. They've been few and far between, but they've got the lead now when it matters most. 4 minutes, 53 seconds to go. Wildcats just ice cold from the field down on their home end. And I'm not talking overly difficult and long-range shots. They've had some bunnies right in the paint and couldn't get them to go down. Combine that with some missed free throws and some turnovers, and you got yourself, instead of a double-digit lead, you're down by 2 points. Underneath will go to the Badgers. I still haven't figured that one out. That's Ansley. She's dangerous. Just wants somebody to cut there. She took it to the basket. Blackmore is going to take it in. Dumps it to Abubakari. That's an easy 2-man game for the Badgers. Abubakari playing with 4 fouls. And Wildcats looking flat-footed right now. Badgers look like they got a spring in their step. 4-point lead halfway through the 4th quarter. Boy, Wildcats just so close to a turnover. Haley Cheney ends up with the ball somehow in the paint. They're going to call the foul. They're going to give her the bucket. So we're going to be able to have an old-fashioned 3-point play here by Haley. And she brings them to within 2, possibly 3. Darian's going to get a break. Free throw missed. Said that a lot tonight. There's a steal by Emily Coe on the hustle. And she turns around, and she's going to get the block called on Blackmore. That's going to be free. Unfortunately, that's going to be free throws for the Wildcats, the way they've been shooting them. Of course, Emily did much better towards the end of the first half, so maybe Emily coming off the bench will end the great free throw drought of 2021, because it has not been particularly glorious here in the second half for the Wildcats from the stripe. Emily with a little hesitation almost gets Bliss on the violation again, but doesn't, and misses the free throw. Another free throw miss for the Wildcats. They were 6 for 13 to start the half. I don't think they, that's a 3 by Ansley, that's huge.
43-38, everything dropping for the Badgers, nothing dropping for the Wildcats, and that's going to turn into a 3-point lead and a travel. Nice defense. Abubakari just held her ground, stood there, and Haley Cheney caught without a dribble, and that's going to be another, you guessed it, turnover. 5-point lead for the Badgers. Not looking good here for the Wildcats. Badgers definitely on the offensive, taking it to the basket, being aggressive, passing the ball. That was 24. Sumter on the shot. 2 Wildcats fought over at that time. It's going to stay here to the Badgers. So it's a 5-point lead. It feels like it's more than that, the way the Wildcats are unable to score. Nice little back cut by Abubakari. Did everything but make it. The Wildcats can empathize with that. It hasn't happened much for the Badgers here, though, in the fourth quarter. They've heated up. Wildcats forcing it inside. That's going to be another turnover. Yeah, it's just the Wildcats have just not they've had very little offensive production aside from Haley Cheney in the paint. They've just had very little production from anybody on the perimeter, with a few exceptions. But you've got to go somewhere else. You've got to move and cut and get the ball somewhere else. You can't just dribble down and force the ball to Haley Cheney over and over and over again. Bonners Ferry wants you to do that. Do something Bonners Ferry doesn't want you to do. 2 minutes, 59 seconds. 5-point Badger lead. And we've got the Wildcats setting up with Jerome on the perimeter. Cheney exchange screen with Coe. They'll reset. Just trying to get Cheney the ball. You see, she has position there. There's another 3 by Grace. That's what was needed, just like that. 41-43. Finally, some points from somebody other than Haley, and it was a huge three-pointer by Grace. Now the Wildcats need to play some defense, and they do, and they almost get the steal. Grace Nearing has come alive here with 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Bonners Ferry underneath. Ball goes to Abubakari through the hands of Cheney. That would have been a great opportunity for a steal. Ansley with the jumper. Nothing but net. Ansley on fire. Wildcats with another near steal. That would have been a great steal there had Haley Cheney been able to pull that in. Instead, Ansley cleans it up and drills one from about 15 feet, and now it's back to 4. We've got 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Coach Jana Nearing wants to take a break, talk it over. I don't blame her. We'll be right back.
A fervent Kellogg Wildcat supporter based in the heart of the historic Silver Valley and North Idaho, NASCO Industrial Services and Supply delivers world-class materials and service to the world's top mining and industrial operations. NASCO Industrial Service and Supply is a full-service agency including logistics, procurement support, and construction, built to serve the industries that make modern life possible. Day in, day out, they propel many of the world's largest industrial and mining companies to meet their production and financial milestones. Wildcats Live and Wildcat Activities thank NASCO Industrial Services and Supply for their support. Visit them online at nissglobal.com or call 208-783-0361. Go Wildcats!
Here we are, crunch time, Andrews Gym. Oh my goodness, that was almost a turnover. Coach Hinthorn saw it as well. Yeah. Then they called it the second time. Yeah, I think that was a makeup call, but I think they had their choice there. Emily got a little happy feet. That's another Wildcat turnover. You're in the driver's seat now if you're the Badgers. I'd keep the ball in Ansley's hands. I'd post up Abubakari, move the ball around a little bit. So far, Badgers have been pretty effective offensively. Yeah, you don't really have to do anything unless the Wildcats come out and start playing some pressure. What a turn of events here. It's been pretty close throughout the whole game, but boy, the Wildcats just kind of went away there for about a good 4 minutes or so. free throws and turnovers, missed free throws and turnovers. There's a Bubakari making it through the paint. She's going to dish it out. These girls are coached up. They're just going to keep burning clock here. Finally, we're going to get a foul. I'm not sure you want to foul Ansley if you're going to foul anybody. She's probably the best foul shooter on the court. So far, not sure what's going on here. We got Buck joining me again. Maybe he can help out.
Well, I think what the Cats should have done is instead of fouling the person, like her, she can really foul someone else that might not.
Yeah, like
you
maybe.
haven't seen me as much.
Yep, and that's sometimes a coach can tell you, who that might be, or sometimes you just forget. But I definitely wouldn't have fouled Ansley. And there's a 2-for-1. That's just more bad news on top of bad news. Unless you're a Badger fan, Badger's looking to steal one here. And they've done that both with steals, and there's a Bubakari in the paint. No good. Maybe he didn't need to shoot that, but she had a good look at it. I mean, you can't blame her. And we are going to get a timeout. Coach Nearing again. Yeah, I can see the frustration in the faces, in the body language as well. I just don't know what the Wildcats have done here down the stretch. It hasn't been a really good fourth quarter for them, Buck. Lots of turnovers, lots of missed free throws. Yeah, and it's hard to win games when you do that.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll come out of that timeout. Get a quick, let's see, they're down by 5.
57 seconds remaining.
Still got about a minute, right? So
Both
if you can
teams
score,
are in
bonus.
so
But if you can score here right away, that'd make it 43-46. You're down 3. You got to look at getting a steal right away. And if not, then you've got to foul. And like you were saying, maybe we shouldn't foul Ansley. She's pretty good at shooting free throws.
even if it is forcing a foul for the Cats, both good. It's a 2-point play for advantage, and both is top score.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you do foul. If you don't get a steal, that's why you do go ahead and foul, because you do want to stop the clock. But the Wildcats' job number 1 here, Buck, is to score and do it quickly.
Yes.
Take a look here. They're going to have to do something. Near turnover. That's been the theme of the night. Good job on the Badgers, though, on getting hands in passing lanes. That's a 3 for Grace. She got it! Now it's a
narrowed down to a 2-point lead for the Badgers.
Now it's a 2-point lead. Wait till this pass. Now I would foul. Oh, and they're going to call a timeout. I like that timeout by Coach Hinthorn. Now he gets a chance to talk over with his team who's going to get the ball and what they're going to do with it. You can guarantee they're going to try to get somebody that's a good free throw shooter with the ball.
I feel that timeout could have been a mistake too, because giving the Cats a chance to come and steal the ball, number 1, and number 2, stop the clock.
So yeah, you flipped my strategy. I thought it was a good chance for Bonner. You know that Coach Nearing can kind of get them regrouped and come up with a defensive strategy, right?
You know too, if Bonner's fouls, then it's 2 shots up for Kellogg, since they're at 9 fouls. Next foul, they'll be at double bonus.
Yeah, Kellogg's double bonus, Bonner's is just regular bonus. So when they foul here, they'll get a 1-on-1 and maybe they'll miss it, right?
Yeah.
Got some fans, Buck. My buddy Ken says he likes your input.
Oh, thanks.
Here we go, Ansley. I'd really rather not foul. Oh, I would rather not foul her, but I wouldn't mind. I thought
that foul really wasn't needed yet.
I thought they didn't foul. I thought so too. I thought they were going to call a foul, but their coach called the timeout. They were in danger of a 10-second call on that one. I thought they were calling a foul. The refs were, but they were calling the timeout. So the bad thing about that is they were able to take some time off, right?
Yeah. And I think their strategy is to give it back to Ainsley. Now, since she's like one of the most accurate throwers.
Free throw shooters, yep.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to give it to her, and she's going to be the one to be fouled. They have a higher chance of getting their score up more, not Cats a higher chance.
Look what it did, though. They've got the ball back on the other end, so they're going to have to go the length of the floor. They can't. They have 10 seconds to get it across. Ansley's going to do that. They foul it right away. So let's see, 2-point game. If she makes 2, it's going to be pretty difficult for Kellogg. That'll be a 2-possession game, Buck. That means they would need 2 possessions to.
If they miss this, Cats are getting back possession.
If they miss, then I don't know if Coach Jana has some timeouts or if she just lets them push. I am not surprised that Ansley made that free throw. She is.
Very accurate.
Yes, she's the real deal from the line. She has the senior. She really has shown her senior tonight.
She will not make that, but she comes back up with it.
There she misses it. She gets her own rebound. That's going to just about do it unless we can get a miss here. It's still 1-1, and that's going to be number 12. That's Bliss.
Rebounds are very important for the Cats today.
How about the 2 seniors here for the Bonners Ferry Badgers? Trying to ice this game. Ansley missed the second and got her own rebound. Bliss, nothing but net. Now it's pretty much all but impossible for the Wildcats to. Now it's going to take them a good 6-7 seconds to get down the court. Misses the second, gets her own rebound. Tough to win a game when you don't get rebounds. So 4-point lead. Badgers going to take possession. Looks like Badgers.
She'll be shooting another free throw.
She's going to be shooting again. Yes, you are right,
Badgers
Buck.
are now in double bonus. Never mind, they'll be shooting 2.
Shooting 2, and seems like they've been down here pretty much the last 10 minutes. Wildcats not able to get a rebound. That one way off. Buck, Mrs. Colburn says I might lose my job to you. So, wow, that's. I might have to go work the camera, huh? You guys are gonna banish me to the K-Wall booth?
Well, you never know.
Never know. You never know. I don't know. After watching this 4th quarter, I kind of want to go bury my head under a pillow. Nice try there by Emily. Nice game here by the Badgers. We got to give credit where credit is due. And Coach Hinthorn came in with a game plan despite his post player, freshman Abubakari, being in foul trouble basically the entire game. Wildcats not able to capitalize. They go down. They will play the Priest River Spartans tomorrow.
Well, the Badgers will be facing the state champ.
Yes.
They'll be holding state champs, Timberlake Tigers.
That's right. So we will be back here tomorrow instead of at Timberlake. So it'll be Kellogg against Priest River, and the winner will wait to see what happens in the Timberlake Bonners Ferry game, and then we'll play the winner of our game tomorrow. Will play the loser of the other game. So still not dead yet, but definitely took a couple steps back tonight. I think we're gonna hit our tradition, the alma mater, Buck, until tomorrow, where we'll be back here, same time, same place, right? We'll go ahead and we'll mute our mics and let the alma mater play. Go Wildcats. We'll see you tomorrow.